If I wasn't strong enough, I would have fallen. Mpho masweu, 30-year-old from South Africa, is a radio personality, actor, motivational speaker, introvert, and currently studying her diploma in project management. Hello world, my name is Regina Mary and welcome to My Voice. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mpho masweu onto the show. Yeah! Hello Mpho, how are you?
Thank you, darling, and you?
I'm very well, thank you for coming.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Please have a seat.
Thank you, darling.
Oh my goodness, so wow, you are just so beautiful and dynamic. Mpho, thank you so much for joining us on My Voice Albanese in the New Era. So to start off with everybody else, we'd just like to find out from you, why did you accept our invite and why are you on My Voice Albanese in the New Era?
Thank you so much, Mary, for inviting me. Actually, for me, it's I can say it's a calling. You know, when you grow up, when you have a keen desire to go out and educate people and to raise your voice, because I love the concept, that's why I couldn't say no. And who can say no to a lovely lady, a lovely show that is going to educate our young generation? I couldn't say no. Who am I to say no?
Amazing. She just said educate our young generation. So beautiful, because this show doesn't really have a script. So I really work with what you tell me. So talking about education and the young generation, Mpho, when it comes to educating people in terms of albinism currently in Africa, there's all this discrimination, there's murder, and the stories around albinism are really, really bad. So basically this show is about educating people, and I would like to just know, as you're on the show, what's the first education you would like the people to know in terms of albinism? I mean, before we even go there, you have albinism and you're so beautiful, right?
Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And you also happen to be gay, right?
Yes, definitely.
So that's like double challenges.
You're a darling, you really don't know.
Double challenges, and this beautiful, beautiful individual is a radio personality, an actor, she's a motivational speaker. How does a person who goes through so much challenges, like double the impact, still stand out and become, how did you get here basically?
You know, Marie, what I can say mostly is all about who you are. Because if you can break my story, where I come from, it's quite a challenge. And some people, when I tell them my story, they become so shocked. Like, really.
Are you able to share a bit of that on My Voice?
Definitely, I would love to share that. I'm originally come from Free State, down there in a farm where I grew up and everything. And at the time, you can just imagine, there was a lack of educations. People they were hitting that stereotype thing. In order for me to go to school, I had to walk 12 Ks and I was rejected by learners, teachers and everything. I used to cry every day. Every day. You know what, my granny said something to me, it was like a wake-up call to me. She said to me, pray. My child, come, let's pray. Ask God to be your serenity, to accept the things that you can't change in life.
Amen.
After we prayed, it was like something, you know, like after you had like a sushi, you know, it's like something like your brain. Definitely, that's me. After I said to myself, I would never be defeated by people's weights and everything. I've raised my voice.
Wow, amazing, amazing. So you faced two different challenges or one challenge at the time? Was it just about your skin color or was it about your gender?
You know, mostly in cases it was more into, for me it was a double impact, because as I'm saying, before I can just go to albinism, I would say in terms of sexuality thing, it was so something that it was discussed many years ago. Because people were like, how is that possible? Because they classified me as a case, because you can just imagine my albinism and the other sex opposite. It was something that it was too much for me. But I said to myself, I never chose this situation. I never chose to live with this condition. So I would go. Whoever loved me will always love me. But what I can say for now is I've realized a lot that people, they will never love you all. You can be a black, but no one will love you. So there are certain people who will admire you, some people will never admire you.
Amazing. So just to find out, the fact that you already knew that having albinism is a challenge, how come you didn't hide or keep away from your sexuality knowing that it would be worse? With two challenges, you still said, exactly in Mpho's words, if I wasn't strong enough, I would have fallen. What is your strength? What kept you moving? What voice would you have for person, that one girl, that one guy that's out there saying, I may not have albinism and I'm not probably dealing with skin condition, but I'm dealing with my sexuality. I have albinism and I'm still going through this. So you've got you've got a whole world to educate right now. So for your voice, for both those people, what kept you moving? What kept you not to fall?
You know what kept me alive until now is I put myself first. I cannot make anyone's happy. Myself, I go and achieve what I wanted. You know, even when I walked to the rank, people used to pass bad remarks about me and everything.
Right.
Then I walk tall. I'm like, I'm not gonna be shy. I walk tall. Then I'm like, if you have that problem with me, why are you not taking me a photo? Just have an evidence to people, because the way people staring at me, I'm like, okay, take me a photo. I know the South African people will support me. And my point is, as we people, let's support each other, let's love one another. Let's not reject, because we are not choosing to be in this particular situation that we are basically in. For being gay, it's who you are. Your sexuality cannot change. You can pretend to be someone trying to please everyone in life. But what I know is, it will kick out. I know a lot of people who pretended to be straight guys and everybody, eventually they end up committing suicide and it's suicide for really, I don't want this. As we people, let us raise our voice and let us stand strong.
Great. Mpho, a lot of kids with albinism face challenges at school because it always starts, I mean, you're a full-grown woman now, so you are independent, you are motivated, right? But it had to be a very difficult journey. So there's thousands of kids out there who are currently going into schools. They're having the first-hand experience of discrimination or a difference, or being told that you are different even if you're not. So for all those little kids out there, the educational system, the mothers out there at home, what can be done for them that wasn't done for you? What would you have done different if you were still in high school and you would say, this is how I would have wanted things to be? What could have been done at the time for you?
At the time, it was so difficult, but before we go there, I would like to say thanks for my voice, because now we can use my voice. We can have a chat with schools. We visit schools every Thursday, because there's this, I remember previously we used to have this subject called Bible class. So now there's this called life orientations. So I so wish South Africa as a whole and other continents, they can just recognize this opportunity for putting my voice into a life orientation, which is LO. There's the subject. By going to school, by educating, because it's not only learners, even our teachers, our educators are lacking with knowledge and everything.
Right.
Why I'm saying this, for me, I was not, majority was being rejected by educators at school.
Right.
There was only one lady who was supporting me, but it was like I'm putting her on an awkward situation, awkward moment, because she was the only person who understood me, because there was someone from the family who was living with a condition of albinism. So for now, let us stand, and my voice, I'm giving you a blessing to go to schools, to be recognized, to educate society, learners, educators, because young generation is in need of us.
We heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching. The one thing that Mpho would love to be done now that wasn't done when she was going to school is the fact that there was no information, no regular education for educators. So we've headed here on My Voice. The first step we are going to take is to go into schools and have a beautiful tutoring, educational, informative moment with teachers. So if you're a teacher and you're watching, we're coming to your school to educate you about albinism, because it's beautiful and it's real. Mpho, do you have any more motivation for us? Do you have any more last words to say? But mostly importantly, Mpho, what is your voice? Somebody out there is watching. Somebody out there is about to commit suicide. Somebody out there wants to drop out of school. Somebody out there is not feeling like the mirror is the most beautiful place to look. You are here, they're listening.
You're so touching me. You know, when you talk about suicide, when you talk about, you're touching me very well. Why I'm saying this, it's not about only the schools. So even the clinics, we need to visit clinics, the hospitals, because most of our ladies are living with albinism. When they go giving birth and everything, it becomes a challenge. And some people, they don't even want to give birth because when they've received like funny comments and they're like, this person lives with albinism, but she's busy having kids and everything. So it's touching me. So what I can say to people, South African people and young generations.
The world.
The world at large.
Yes.
So what I can say is, please, if you feel something is heavy, don't commit suicide. Please, I'm begging you. Visit Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. My voice. It's here to listen. It's here to guide. I'm here as well. You can reach me on Facebook, Mpho, masweu.
Can you tell me and the viewers one particular incident that happened to you through your experience because of your albinism that has made you change your character, made you a motivational speaker, made you become a voice for other people? What was that?
Something driven me.
Yes, the driven, but also what bad experiences did you go through that said enough?
Okay, so Mary, you know why I've decided to be a motivational speaker? And so I said to you, I'm from Free State, and Free State is it's a province, and where I come from, it was a farm actually. So the rejection made me raise my voice because people are ignorant, are not informative and everything like that. So for me, I said to myself, the way you've been tortured at school, because you know what happened is at school when I had to go to check the board, I couldn't see the board. When I go, I'm like, no, Mpho, you are like irritating other kids and everything. Even when she touched my book, she will throw my book like this. It hurt me each and every day because even other kids couldn't eat with me because of the color. Then I said to myself, you know what, Mpho, you go out. I still remember when I started this thing, I met with the lady by the name of Tuna Mlezane from Lesedi FM. They were having something in Free State, and I said to Turana, I need you to give me an opportunity as Lord to be on the radio, to raise my voice, because my aim, I want to educate the world. I want to educate each and individuals to know that I never chose to be in this, because how would I choose to be in this situation while it's rough like this?
Have you ever felt that you are unsafe? Do you ever feel scared for your life, or your determination and confidence just makes you walk through it all?
You know, I've been tempted to be kidnapped twice while I was staying in Vereeniging because I was catching a bus at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was working in Sentinel actually at 4 o'clock because the bus was like leaving the station at 3 minutes after 4. Then I had to go out in the morning. So there was a passage where I used to wait there at the passage. So I normally used to be there. So in some instance, I'm like to my uncle, and there are people when I'm waiting for the bus and everything. I'm like, no, you don't want to go to work and everything. After like a week or something, when I got there was a taxi standing there. Guys, they were jumping the road coming to me. I went back. Then I started using a taxi. Obviously, it was consumed because I was in a program, I was in a leadership. So when I came back from work, there was a taxi driver came to me. I can't mention his name. He said to me, dude, I admire you most. Look after yourself. There was your name that was like, people, they were talking about you. You will get disappeared. I'm like, I've survived that. Then it was okay, then the guy warned me. I couldn't go there anymore. Last year in 2017, I moved to Campton Park. It ultimately happened twice. I've been tempted to be kidnapped. And what hurt me most, our South African police, they were like passing and people tried to stop the police, but they couldn't stop, they just passed. Then that's why I call myself, I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. That's why I will never stop raising my voice. That's why I became a motivational speaker, and I will keep on educating people. I will keep on motivating young generations.
Wow. Wow. I guess that summons exactly what the title says. If I wasn't strong enough, I would have fallen. Kidnapping, discrimination, rejection, but still, with every obstacle, every wall, Mpho masweu will kick through, kick down, and here she is, standing tall, proud, and independent person. So if she could go through all that and still hear on my voice telling you that she's about to actually, the sky is not the limit, then you need to get up, you need to be that person and make a decision for yourself. This is evidence and living proof that no weapon formed against you can prosper. Mpho, you have been so informative, so amazing, and we're just so happy to have you on the show. And congratulations for standing out and being a role model to everybody out there. So thank you so much. We now know clinics, schools, and now you mentioned the police department needs to be educated on protecting every person regardless of the color of their skin. We've come to the end of our program where we get to see Mpho live in action doing what she does in the limelight. So ladies and gentlemen, from Regina Mary and my voice, it's goodbye. See you next time.
Thank you, darling.
Oh.
That's so nice.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. It's exactly 14:21. You are live with me, Mpho masweu, or both like the beautify. It's exactly today is Wednesday, 14:21 South African time, darling. I have someone today who's gonna be with me on the show, darling. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mzansi. Today we're gonna go. I'm gonna introduce the lady. Thank you so much, Mzansi. We have the lady by the name of Lexstar on your radio station, Mpho. Thank you, darling. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Without wasting of time today, we're gonna talk about love. You know, when you talk about